This backyard has been through a lot throughout this renovation. When we bought the farm, it was completely abandoned. Then some parts of it were demolished. Some parts of it were temporarily secured. Some were rebuilt as this milk house. And then it became kind of neglected. Still being neglected, in forgotten state, as Ilya says, but divided into two areas. Our storage area over there and our temporary living space here. Apart from keeping our walkways clear so we can get around, we honestly don't do much out here. Designing our backyard has always been in the back of my mind more than Ilya's, but nevertheless. Of course, we won't start on this project for a year at least, I think even more. But why do we want to do it now? Because looking back, it happened a lot that we got new ideas, or better to say new insights during the renovation, and that cost rework. We want to avoid it as much as possible, obviously, and that's why, same as we did with our bathroom a while ago, we want to explore different options early on and save us headaches later. And also I want to have a picture to dream towards too. Thanks to the sponsor of today's video, Fiverr, we have hired 3 designers, landscape designers, who will help us to rethink our backyard. Because once you have divided the space into areas, and that's what we have here, we have our bake house, our main house, garden house, aka milk house. It's very hard, surprisingly hard, to break out of this picture and see it in a completely different way. That's why we need fresh eyes of professionals and also your feedback as well. And just a quick reminder what Fiverr is. Fiverr is an online marketplace where you can find freelancers for everything, from designing your garden to designing your website. It's very easy to pick a freelancer based on reviews and their portfolio, easy to order a service with clear deliverables and deadlines, easy to collaborate. The platform has it all. We sent our designers a brief, but this time we kept it very short because we wanted to let them be more free in their choices and not being biased by ours. We want a natural, low-maintenance garden. We have no other choice, otherwise it will be a full-time job just to maintain the garden. It shouldn't be overly structured. It should feel more like a green retreat than a display garden. In my ideal picture, it's a place where we can relax, where we can hang out with our friends, we can spend time with our family, get our fingers dirty doing our hobbies and get lost. Here is the area that we want to design, and I also marked the buildings so the designers could understand the layout better. We also excluded the garden and the front yard because we wanted the designers to focus just on this area that is big enough on its own, divide and conquer. We are also planning to remove this huge, ugly looking barn, and we asked to design without it already. We do have few constraints, better to say peculiarities, that we need to take into account while designing our backyard. The first one, we have an underground water tank next to the house that we want to reuse and make a pond out of it, a natural pond. And obviously we can't move this water tank, so it needs to be there. Also, all cobblestones and all concrete will be removed from our backyard. In Belgium, they are trying to get rid of lots of hard surfaces, what is called verharding in Vlaams, because all these surfaces cause poor drainage and floodings. And we had a huge flooding 3 years ago, I guess, when we were replacing our roof, right on that time. And the third one and sad one, it's a north side, and it means in winter there is almost no sun. in our backyard. The first design was done by Yvonne, a designer from the United Kingdom. A small note, so the prices on almost all profiles are based on a small garden, and ours is considered to be big, so we got a custom quote. For $250, we agreed that she will provide 2 handwritten black and white sketches and also a colored version of the final one. She started by preparing the initial zoning diagrams to let us choose what we like the best and to show us the layout. I'll place them next to each other so you can compare. This is option 1 and this is option 2. We are leaning towards option 2, mainly because there is a large barbecue and seating area that is easily accessible from all parts of the backyard. It's perfect when the whole family comes together, and I'm really looking into the future when we will finish our renovation and we will have grandchildren. I don't like crowded places, maybe because I'm so small, and when people are coming closer or standing close to me, it feels like they are hanging over me. I feel trapped and very uncomfortable. That's why I appreciate a lot the designs where you have place to move around and no one is sitting on top of each other. I like coziness, but to a certain extent. Also, she put a greenhouse here, and that's what Ilya wanted. He wanted a greenhouse, but he didn't know where to place it. It's a nice place here with lots of sun. Also an orchard next to the greenhouse with a small and cozy seating area to enjoy the tranquility of the garden and the nature. We could put a small round table with a couple of chairs. It would be very nice. Actually, it already became our internal joke between me and Ilya when we first bought the farm and we came here to explore the area. We started dreaming about how we can transform the area, what we can make out of it. So we were walking through our backyard and I was, oh, this is a nice spot where we can put our table, a small table to enjoy the view. And this is also a nice spot because here you have completely different view that you can enjoy. In the front yard, also a nice area. So at the end, I ended up with, I don't know, like 6-7 spots where we could place a table. So Ilya was already laughing at me. We decided we want to focus on developing one main sketch and then improve it based on the feedback that we will provide rather than doing 2 separate design alternatives. So this is the sketch that she provided to us, and here are our comments next to it. The bakehouse has a bit different dimensions and also it has a bread oven adjacent to the bakehouse. We plan to restore it later on when we will have time, and this is how we're gonna do it. We asked to make this area next to the bakehouse bigger to accommodate a bigger table. Also, we asked to move the lounge area to next to the pool and extend this green area. We also asked to remove the trees next to the pond, remove these green bushes next to the house. I'm not sure what kind of bushes we need to plant here. We will look into it, but I would rather have here just a big wooden deck for a lounge set. And then we got the colored final option with all our comments incorporated. And here you can see also annotations. Amazing how she captured our ideas. I love the wooden deck, but I don't think Ilya is ready to build such a deck in the next 10 years. I think it will stop somewhere here and here. But I really like how it connects everything together. Here you have your lounge set or sofa where you can sit and play cardboard games with your family and drink some coffee. Then you have your dining table, and then a bit separate from the rest is a lounge area where you can enjoy a couple of cocktails with your friends. It feels like a place where you can get lost and find a place that is perfect for the moment. The second design was done by Ferdows, an architect from Bangladesh. For $280, we agreed that he will do a 2D site plan layout with 10 to 15 3D renderings. And here is the site plan that he delivered with our comments to the right. We want to add the orchard in the back of our backyard with big fruit trees, as we already mentioned. There will be no path here. We don't want it. And also we asked him to remove these trees or bushes, I don't know, on this side of the garden, because we don't want to block the view. We have really nice views from all parts of the garden into the fields, and we want to keep it this way. We don't want to fence out our property completely. We also asked him to make the wooden deck a bit bigger and to remove these bushes, not to be enclosed by the bushes, so you have only one narrow pathway. And we also asked him to add a terrace next to our bakehouse, as we want it to be our summer kitchen, our barbecue zone, and actually a baking house where we're gonna bake pizzas and bread. And here are the renderings of our future backyard. This is a view on the house with a wooden terrace next to the house. I really like how this terrace connects the house and the pond. During the summertime, it will make our living area so much bigger, because the doors will be open all the time, I guess, when the weather allows that. Ferdows also put this huge window. We didn't tell him, but that's actually what we were thinking to do when we will start on the second phase of the project. Not exactly this design, but also up to the ceiling, maybe. But it's funny how he read our thoughts or was able to think alone. This is a view on the bakehouse. It will look a bit differently, but it's details, not important for this design. And he put a terrace next to the bakehouse, but he didn't connect it with the main terrace. It's interesting to see it as an option, but I probably want them to be connected. Right now, it feels like you need to do a bit of an effort to reach another terrace, and I don't want that. I want them to be connected. He also put a huge number of raised beds in this corner of the garden. We never thought about it, but this idea is growing on me, definitely. Here I can actually experiment with different flowers and planting them in different combinations, and every year change this corner. We did ask him to change few details. We asked him to remove these raised beds and the fence here to keep the access to the back of the garden, but also open the view, because this is the best place to enjoy the sunset. And here is the result. He put just grass here, but it will be more like a meadow, I guess. I also asked him to plant here some rhododendron bushes, because I want to plant 3-4 varieties here at the back and let them just grow wild, like a huge rhododendron bush. The third and last design was done by Noreen, an architect from Pakistan. For $215, we agreed that she will create first a modeling with approximate layout and then 5 to 6 realistic renderings. Let's get straight to the fun part, to the final renderings. Here is her first rendering. Notice all these beautiful trees to the right and in front of our house. Unfortunately, we can't have them, we can't plant them because we have fields. We are surrounded by fields mainly. So here is the final rendering after all our remarks. As you can see, it's less cozy now, but more open. She placed a wooden terrace next to the house, as we asked in the brief, and also she placed here the wooden deck for the lounge set, or let's call it lounge zone. She placed it a bit closer to the pond after our feedback, but she didn't connect the main terrace with the lounge zone. I'm still not convinced. I really want it to be connected, so it feels more like one space. We never asked Noreen, but she spotted probably on the aerial shots that we shared with her our bonsai stands, and she placed them here. Very keen eye, I must admit. We were actually thinking of putting up some stands We don't know what kind of stands, how we want to do that, but probably we're gonna place them behind the lounge zone, or maybe where she placed these stands. We don't know yet. But Ilya really enjoys this hobby. He likes working on his bonsai. He likes seeing them, me as well. So yes, we do want to place them, but we don't know where. And we don't have strong opinion yet on that. Maybe you can suggest some nice ideas how to do that. She didn't put any terrace next to the bakehouse, as I can see. It's just gravel, I guess. But I don't think it will be very comfortable to hang out on the gravel. So I guess no, we need a terrace there. The renderings of the designers are not as low maintenance as we would love to, because we would love to have no maintenance at all, which is not possible, of course. And we would need to solve this puzzle, how we can keep the maintenance as low as possible. But all three designers gave us a lot of ideas to think about and to discuss how we like it, how we want it. At the end, we will probably end up with something in between. We will take our favorite elements from each design and combine them together. We'll create a final version that will feel right for us. But let's see. Stay tuned and you will see as well. If you are looking for fresh ideas yourself, or you need some help bringing your vision to life, definitely give Fiverr a try. There are lots of talented freelancers from all over the world on the platform who can help you out in an affordable way. I'll link the same Fiverr sellers I was using in this video down below, so you can take a look. And also, if you use our code, the Hoeve, you will get 10% off any order you make. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.